All right, happy 50th birthday to the Fiat US dollar. So as promised, I'm going on a 50-hour fast to mourn the loss of the gold standard in the United States and really to the rest of the world. So I'm 14 hours into the fast right now. And I thought I would dedicate this video to talk about the financial benefits of fasting. That was not my number one motivation for fasting, but it was more of an afterthought when I realized how much I was benefiting from it. Let's start by how I realized the benefit. I started fasting in earnest in early 2020. It was my resolution in 2020 to normalize my relationship with food. And my motivation wasn't money. It wasn't even about losing weight. It was more about gaining control of my faculties of eating. I had some significant social problems and professional problems relating to how and what I was eating and how much I was eating. And so I wanted to regain control. So I went on a 50-hour fast at the beginning of Lent in 2020. Both of my parents had birthdays in February, and I went on fast to commemorate. I had, there was a Fukushima anniversary, 9-year anniversary on March 11th. And so I get my credit card bill in the middle of the month. It was March 15th when I got the credit card bill, and I looked, and it was a shocker. It was a lot less. I had a credit card that I was using for almost all of my food purchases, and when I got the bill, I was pleasantly surprised. This was at the beginning of the lockdown. Everybody was waiting for their stimulus, and I remember thinking to myself, I already gave myself a stimulus, and that just added to the motivation I already had for fasting. We had the social and professional problems. I was mildly overweight. I mean, it probably wasn't a significant health concern where I was, but the trajectory I was going down was a bigger problem, right? And then we got the financial benefits of fasting. Now, fast forward 18 months later now, and my income has somewhat returned to normal, but I find that fasting allows other things to be a lot more easily afforded, right? So, for example, these past 18 months, I've been trying to get over my social anxiety problems, right? I started bowling because I wanted to interact with other people at the bowling alley. I've been doing pretty well with bowling, actually. The other day, I finally scored north of 200, and I've been mingling with others more now that we're allowed to do it. I have a favorite board game club. In the past, I would have worried about how much gasoline I'm spending driving to the board game club. But now with intermittent fasting, it seems to flow a whole lot more easily. It's almost like getting an additional stimulus check at least every few months, right? I mean, without the problems that it creates, like inflation, like fake demand, like unemployment, without any of that, right? See, if every American started eating the way I did, can you imagine the economic stimulus it would provide without the inflation, right? That's the harm you're doing by harming yourself, right? And everybody else with the economy, right? Not that I would say we should ban binge eating, but I think people ought to think about the impact they're creating, right? It really saddens me when I see, depending on where you live, food is often the number 2 or number 3 expense item, right? Sometimes even number 1, right? It really shouldn't be that way, right? Food should fuel us. It shouldn't be a main part of our lives, right?